My name's Ethan.
And my name is Brennan.
And this is Byng TV.
Thanks everyone for coming to support the SpongeBob musical. It was a huge success, and it was a lot of fun making it too. Everyone that came and encouraged us, just thank you a lot. I had a lot of fun putting it on. I know he didn't because he was bad at it, but thanks for coming to watch me. Also last week was Red Ribbon Week. We have a short video here to show everyone proudly wearing their red ribbons.
Congratulations to the high school girls cross country team for winning state. Woo. Those girls made Byng history by becoming the first cross country team to win a state championship. And once again, Byng TV's own Alana Cooper was on that winning team behind the camera. Here she is. Woo! Woo! Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
So, Brennan, I don't know if you know this, but a very, very important day is coming up.
Oh yes, next week. Oh, it's Tampa Bay Festival Reading Day. I can't wait. Been waiting all year for this.
No! It's election day, you silly goober! Come on, man. We can get out of school that day. We're out of school. Go vote. Go if you can. Go vote.
But Ethan, I can't vote. I'm not old enough. And I don't even know how to register.
I think I got something for that. It's called a fat L. But it's easy. It's so easy, man. CJ talked to Mrs. Branscombe at the Pontotoc County Election Board and got some helpful information about registering to vote. Check it out. Check it out. Look.
I'm CJ and I'm here at the Pontotoc County Election Board to get some information about voting.
What are the requirements to vote in Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma, you must be a resident. You must be at least 18 years of age. To vote in Pontotoc County, you have to reside at an address within Pontotoc County that you're using when you register. Now, when I said you have to be at least 18 years of age, if you're 17 and a half, you can go ahead and submit a registration. You'll get a letter saying, since you're not yet 18, it will be pending. But then when you do turn 18, we automatically send you your voter ID card and you're a registered voter.
How do you register?
To register to vote, Oklahoma gives you many different options. You can come to our office, complete a voter registration application, leave it with us, we process it, we send you a voter ID card. You can also do the same thing at tag agencies. They have the forms at libraries, post offices, places like that. You can also register online now in Oklahoma through the State Election Board website. If you are a brand new voter or a brand new voter to our county, you can go online, you can fill out the form, but then you actually have to download it, print it off, sign it, and return it to us either in person or by mail. Because we have to have they call it a wet signature for an application to prove that you requested that.
Once you're registered, where do you go to vote?
After you register, you're mailed a voter ID card. You are assigned a precinct based on your address of residence. The voter ID card will show where the precinct is, give you the name and the address. And that's where you would be in the precinct registry on election day.
What qualifies someone to vote in local elections for Pontotoc County?
If you're registered in Pontotoc County, if it is a countywide election, all county residents registered to vote are entitled to a ballot. Local elections can be a school board election or a town or city election. Your address of residency has to be in the particular district that the ballot is for. If the town of Byng is having a town council race, they conduct their own elections, but if you're registered at an address within the town limits, you are eligible to vote in that election.
Where do you go to get information about the candidates?
To get information about the candidates, we usually tell people that we do have local political parties. We have a Democratic Party and a Republican Party, and they normally have information about their party candidates. We also suggest people just Google the candidates. That's basically where we suggest, as an office, we're not allowed to get or have any information about the candidates. If it's something to do other than candidates, then your newspapers, things like that, are a good source.
If someone was interested in volunteering or working at a local election, what qualifications are needed?
To be a precinct official, you have to be a registered voter in our county. You have to attend a training session before you can work at a precinct. You get paid for working at a precinct. You get paid a whole $100 a day to be there for 13 to 14 hours. So we do kind of consider it volunteering, but you do get compensated some for it.
If someone wants additional information about voting, where can they go to get this information?
The State Election Board website is a very good source. You can do all kinds of things. They have what they call the OK Voter portal, where you can enter your information into the portal. You can get a sample ballot. You can track your absentee ballot. You can see where your polling place is. You can make changes to your registration from there if you're a registered voter already. There are other things available from the State Election Board website, general information about upcoming election dates, things like that.
What's the website?
The State Election Board website can be found at oklahoma.gov/elections.
Why is it important to vote?
The United States has a form of government known as a representative democracy. That means you elect representatives to represent you in your government, whether it's local or at the federal level. When you vote, you are choosing someone that you align with their ideas and their thinking, and then they represent you in the actual votes. If you don't vote, you don't have a say-so in who's representing your town, your city, your school, your state. It's very important for citizens to be involved. We always say it's a right to get to vote, but it's also a responsibility to get to vote.
Is there anything you would like to add?
Yes, I would like for teenage voters to know that once they go off to college, they can still vote with your elections in Pontotoc County by voting absentee. You can complete an application here at our office. We'll process it, mail the ballot to your college, you vote it, you mail it back. You can also go online to that same State Election Board website and go into the OK Voter portal and request an absentee ballot by there. Once you submit all your information, it comes right into our system, very much like an email, and we print your application off from that, and your ballot goes out that day. But there are options when you are away at school.
Thank you for sharing this information with us.
You're welcome.
You're right, that does seem super easy. I'm gonna do that right now.
Hold on! Ooh, you can't go right now. We're anchoring, silly. But I love your enthusiasm. You know, it wasn't always that easy to vote.
You're right. It took a long time for America to include everyone in the voting process. So listen up, kids. We're going to present a little history lesson.
Let's start from the beginning.
Being fed up with Britain's nonsense, 56 representatives came together and decided to say later loser to Britain by signing the Declaration of Independence.
The Constitution was ratified in 1789, which set up the three-power system and helped create the Bill of Rights. So, Uncle Sam had finally gained some muscle.
Democracy seemed pretty good, but some people weren't included.
The African-American community were most discriminated and were very mistreated.
Abraham Lincoln was elected president, and he knew that things had to change.
On April 11, 1865, Lincoln gave a speech on the White House balcony stating that educated African-American males and those who have served as soldiers should be given the right to vote.
The 14th Amendment was added in 1866, which basically states that anyone born in the United States would have equal rights.
Yay!
Except for women and Native Americans, as well as African Americans, with poll taxes and grandfather clauses being in effect.
Aww.
African Americans could now vote, but women and Native Americans could not vote.
Women in America collectively organized in 1848.
The effort made by women led to the passage of the 19th Amendment on August 26, 1920, which gave U.S. citizens the right to vote regardless of their sex.
Around the same time, Native Americans weren't even considered Americans and not allowed to vote. President Calvin Coolidge passed the Indian Citizenship Act, which allows Native Americans to finally register as citizens within the U.S., but this didn't mean they were allowed to vote.
Boo!
Thankfully, the civil rights movement would soon rise up in the 1950s.
Under leadership such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, people would rise up against the racist ways of the government and cause an uproar.
This movement would inspire the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which would be signed in by President Lyndon Johnson.
This act allowed all races to vote.
But voting was still different compared to now.
You used to have to be 21 years old instead of 18 to vote.
That all changed in 1970 with the passing of the 26th Amendment, which changed the voting age from 21 to 18.
During the Vietnam War, the drafting age was 18, so people disliked that you had to be 21 just to vote.
That makes sense. I wouldn't want to be forced into a war that I can't even vote to be a part of.
Well, it sounds like we're all caught up now, and voting hasn't changed much since then.
Wow! That's a lot of changes. I'm so glad that we have progressed to where we are today. Oh, but you know what? I still find so confusing.
What's that?
The Electoral College. I mean, where is that? How do you get in?
Oh, I know that one. The Electoral College is a process we use to elect the U.S. President. Established in the U.S. Constitution, its purpose is to spread the power to elect the President across all 50 states. It was designed to ensure the more populous states didn't overpower the smaller states when choosing the nation's leader.
Okay. I'm still kind of a little bit confused.
Oh, well, maybe this rap music video will help clear that noggin of yours up.
So I hear you want to learn about the Electoral College. It's pretty okay, I think. Or not. Your opinion, really.
The Electoral College was made in 1787, consists of 538 electors.
That's what I got so far. There'll probably be more later. Do.
The Electoral College was made in 1787, consists of 538 electors.
Colonizer.
It was established as a compromise between the Congress and our eyes, and made it fair for smaller states because they knew what was at stake. The president would be decided by the popular vote. United, the founding fathers said no to those bigger states before they were scared of many that it would drop the penny. States now have a delegate cause someone could dissipate democracy in these 50 states. Doesn't that just sound great? You could say it's fate. Oh, I think I'm late.
My mind has been expanded. I so fully understand. Like completely and utterly just...
Ethan.
What?
Sometimes a good song does just that.
Well, speaking of good songs, we have some future events to discuss. Now!
Good songs like my musical one. Anyway, band all district auditions are Saturday, November 5th.
Also on Saturday, guess what? It's Morp. Yup, in the junior high gym from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
It's kind of late.
Yeah, I agree. The theme is fairy tale / storybook / movie characters. That's a tongue full. Yep. Tickets are $5 in advance of $8 if purchased at the door.
I think it'd be or $8, you silly goose. Anyway, ECOCDA All Regional Festival is next Monday and Tuesday.
Don't ever talk to me like that again. BPA is holding a mock election on Monday, November 7th, in Mrs. Blair's room from 8:05 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This election is open to all high school students. You are encouraged to participate.
Speaking of which, no school! Yeah! On Tuesday, November 8th, because of the general election.
Oh man, picture retakes and winter sports pictures are Wednesday, November 9th.
On November 15th, we have a pep rally! Woo! And the high school basketball will have a home game against Dale that night. Who's this Dale guy?
Yeah, I don't know who Dale is, but we hope you all learned something about voting and the election process. I love voting!
Woo!
Politics!
Yeah!
Yes! Okay. But anyways, I'm Ethan.
You are? Well, I'm Brennan.
You are. And this has been Byng TV. Thanks for watching.